Hi and welcome back to the Gfinity StarCraft Spring Masters 2. I'm Richard Lewis, your host for this event. We've got with me the Muslim still, but we've substituted Harstam out and brought in someone infinitely better looking and more charismatic. There you go, just to get a burn in for him before he casts the game. It is of course Rotterdam. So great casting that game for us, thanks very much, it was wonderful to listen to. Now we've got an even more exciting game potentially I think coming up. Bunny versus MC. So you're the guest, you've just joined us. We'll ask you your thoughts about that one.
I totally agree with what you guys said before. I think it's very close on paper. And I think in a lot of ways you're even like leaning towards Bunny a little more than you're leaning towards MC. But then in the end of the day it's always MC. And I know it's a little bit of a cliche and starting to be like MC is that guy that can always win. But it's true, that's why it's a cliche. Like he just shows up, he makes some like silly blink stalker attack that you really don't think should work anymore in this day and age of StarCraft 2. But on paper I really think this is 50-50.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, we talked about it a little bit just off camera, MC, we don't really know what's going on with his organisation at the moment. We don't know if that's going to be affecting his mentality. We don't know how well prepared he's going to be coming into it. And of course, Bunny is the Korean killer. Any opportunity to sort of take a big scalp, he really seems capable of doing it. And his strength is, he doesn't make mistakes. This is a guy who's going to be, the focused master. So someone whose mind isn't there like MC, maybe this is a real good opportunity for Bunny in my opinion. Just before we do go on, I'll bring up the groups for you guys at home if you are just joining us so you can see what's been going on. This is a Group B game, so you can see we've got Bunny, Heart, MC and Patience in that one. We're bringing you a game from Group C, Bling versus SOS a little bit later. That should be funny. every time I say Bling, Rotterdam just starts laughing. And of course, Group D, the all-Korean fest there with sort of Hydra, Solar, Symbol and Sam, those guys. So that's the groups. Back to this game, Bunny versus MC. And shall I say Bling again? Why are you laughing at Bling?
Bling is just a legend, man. That's what he is. Like, he's gonna come up here today. He's gonna 2-0 SOS, and he will be remembered until he will be immortalized after today. Like, it's gonna happen. I just feel it.
Right. Well, we'll definitely come to that. Like, I'll know when it's happened because I'll hear you laughing outside. But honestly, now let's talk about the sort of minutiae, the more technical aspects of the game. And how this matchup is going to go. So I'll start with you on that.
Okay, so to talk about this like very in detail, like MC, he's aggression. Like that's all MC is. I've never once seen MC like play it macro, play it safe, build up, build up, build up. He will like, if he can kill you, he will try. Like 2-base blink stalker all in. I've even seen him do 1-base blink all ins. Like, he's a real killing machine. And like his whole, in fact, he kind of helped Protoss along. Like, he helped Protoss players right from the get-go. He was just a guy that said, Protoss is meant to be played this way, gimmicky, and like really in your face, killing you all the time, forcing mistakes left, right, and center. But Bunny, like, his whole career has just been a slow evolution of a player slowly becoming more solid, more refined. And one thing that really defines Bunny is the fact that he's a defensive player. You watch him play TVT, you see every Terran like in the world opening up Banshee, trying to kill their opponent, get a lead that way. Bunny opens up Reaper, watches opponent, plays safe, then pounces. He's just very methodical. And one thing that like Bunny does better than almost any other Terran out there, if there's 10 Banelings rolling their way on at him, I know that's not about this matchup, but he will snipe every individual one. Like mechanically, he's absolutely beautiful to watch. He's a magician. Well,
you can just see the guys here and give you a little bit of idea about how they're sort of settling in. Bunny, just sort of readjusting his monitor and whatnot there. It looks very calm, very impassive. MC, I always love looking at MC because he's so expressive. You never really know what you're going to get when you look at him. But he looks to be kind of, is that a focused look, would you say? How would you describe it?
A focused look with a new hairdo from MC,
I wasn't going to bring that up because obviously when you're balding, like I am,
you and I combined.
It's a touchy subject for me. But certainly they're looking very, not like you. You're still rocking it. You're rocking it.
Well, I'm going for the professor. You're going for the monk.
The mad monk versus the professor. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But so MC, like we're talking about how maybe some of the things that have been going on around him, that might take away his focus. Bunny very methodical, very defensive. You've got it as 50-50, but I mean, tell me about Bunny's strengths beyond just being defensive. What is it that he does so well in the late game?
He's just solid, and I also feel that he's a player that doesn't really panic by anything that's going on in the game. I feel there are very few scenarios where Bunny hasn't been in yet. I feel he has experience in playing out all kinds of the different scenarios. He often goes up against Protoss players in Europe that are considered less skillful than he is, so they will try to do crazy stuff against him, and he knows how to deal with it. But then he often goes up against these Korean like absolute beasts as well, and then he just plays it out in the most standard, straight up way possible, just tries to drag it out. So I feel he's very comfortable and very familiar with all different scenarios in PvP, in different phases in the game, and I feel that's one of his most strengths. He doesn't really seem to be phased by anything, and doesn't seem to be too radical. It's like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm just gonna do this. Like, he seems to be pretty calm overall in the matchup.
What can Protoss do when gimmicks fail?
When gimmicks fail, well, try again, you know, like you keep on going for it. But yeah, just about Bunny, like, we have to go into detail. What Terran has to do against Protoss, if you see something but you don't see the other thing, you kind of have to make very calculated guesses, and there is a formula to doing it perfectly. Like we've seen Tasia in the past, he sees something, and it's just like, oh, well, he still doesn't know, but he knows somehow magically. And I feel that Bunny has that same gift. If there's one thing that kind of works against Bunny a little bit, he's kind of predictable in this matchup. Like I'm almost for sure guaranteeing that he's going to go Widow Mine drops with like a Reaper into factory build. That being said,
Reaper expand though, right?
Yeah. But if you do it well, it is probably the best build out there, so there is a reason behind the predictability. But yeah, in fact, also, just to think about this, MC isn't predictable at all.
No.
And yeah, you could have a real clash of heads here.
Yeah. I mean, you say he's not predictable. I mean, can you really sort of adjust and be... If you know a player is unpredictable and you've got to expect everything and you are just going to sort of turtle in and play defensive, I mean, does that neutralise completely that unpredictable stuff?
A little bit it does. Like if we truly want a theory craft about I think what we expect to see, let's say game number 1 is Vani, we don't know it yet, then it's very likely that Bunny goes Reaper into expand into Widowmine drop, and then what I also think is very likely is that MC is going to have either a cannon or an observer at home and then immediately a pylon on the other side of the map and try to counterattack 3-gate pressure and straight up win. Like that is in a weird way unpredictable because most Protoss players will just defend and defend again. But there are some out there that will attack, and MC is obviously going to take that attacking aspect to the next level and then execute it even better. Like that is, if you want a theory craft, how it could potentially play out. And I feel that wouldn't be completely, you know, surprising if it would play out like that.
Like there's several different paths that Protoss can take against Terran. Like you can go like Blinkstalker to Robo, you can go like Blinkstalker to Cannons as well. But one of the like common ones that we've been seeing because Widowmine drops are becoming so much more popular, it's like Oracle into Phoenix play, which is very good for like picking up the mines as they drop. Then you get the medevac, you get the kills also. Then you can transition to a lot of things, be it like Phoenix Colossi play, which is very, very scary if you can keep momentum up. But yeah, I think Bunny's pretty adequate at dealing with all of it, to be honest. I feel that for the first time in a long time, MC is actually not the favourite here against a foreigner.
Okay.
Now, we talked about a recent patch and how it had impacted on Zerg.
Right.
So I want to ask, because again, I won't know, obviously, will I? I did get my Legacy of the Void beta key, but I haven't played Heart of the Swarm yet, so I'm going to have to go through the campaign.
Avoiding that bronze league the right way.
Yeah, obviously. But no, has there been any fundamental changes, you know, to the Protoss and to the Terran in this most recent patch?
In TVP?
I mean, Ravens were not that popular in
No,
this
like
matchup.
TVP has pretty much been
And Tempest.
a standard matchup for quite a long time. Like, there's been no real changes. Even from Wings of Liberty to Heart of the Swarm, the only real addition there was the Widowmine and the Mothership Core. Oh, and the Oracle, of course.
Yeah, but the Widowmine bonus damage against shields, that was a mess.
That was a huge buff, because before that, we saw Mad, Zealot, High Templar, All-Ins and such, but it kind of reverted back to, hey, Protoss is going to, or in fact, Terrans started doing Widowmine drops, because they wanted to slow down the Protoss, whereas before it was kind of the Protoss working a way of slowing down the Terran. So this could be like tit for tat in a way. Like they both have methods of being able to slow their opponent down. It's just, do they choose to do it? Because I mean, CC first is still very viable. Then it's kind of down to the Protoss as to whether he wants to play greedy and get ahead that way, or slow him down by playing, like taking advantage of the mineral lines being exposed and the Terran not being able to scout which tech he was up against. It's quite complex.
Yeah, the matchup has gone over some changes throughout the years, but the most recent patch didn't really involve this matchup a whole lot. Like Tempest's unit you see very rarely, unless you watch my Abominable play, then every now and then you see a Tempest Rush. But
Roddy build.
Yeah, like against Massive, that doesn't really impact on this matchup. And Ravens are not very popular, so it's very unlikely we see a whole lot of those. So the matchup hasn't really changed a whole lot compared to the previous patch. But over time, it's always the styles that really dictate about how PvT gets played out, and that does change very often.
Yeah, and like you see players like Stats coming through, where it's like they do the fake Immortal all-in into DT, into Colossus and third base. Like we've seen much more variance in Protoss play, to be honest. Like Terran play, you have a couple of openings. If you go Reaper, you either follow it with Factory or a couple of extra barracks. And if they go CC first, well, there's not much room for change there. Like going Mech, I really don't think it's viable. We've seen people win with like mass Hellions every now and then, like once in a blue moon, but honestly, like it's down to what MC wants to do here. Like he's going to dictate the pace, and it's down to Bunny as to whether he can keep up, but also whether he can just like stand strong against it.
So here's a thought, right? Can either of these players win this whole tournament here? I mean, realistically, are we about to see a future winner play?
They're not favorites, but theoretically, it wouldn't be the surprise for the century if either of these two win. It would be an upset, because they are not top 3 in my opinion, but definitely top 6, top 7 to win it.
Like, who are the other Terrans in the tournament? There's
Heart
Heart.
and...
Is it 4GG?
No,
it's not 4GG.
There's one more Terran.
Oh, Euthermal.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
As much as I love my Dutch brother, he's not gonna win.
Like,
maybe he will.
But like Bunny's, I'd say Bunny's the best Terran here.
Yeah.
So like, if he gets a good bracket, I think that if he can avoid Zergs for the time being, I think there's only one Zerg that I'd really say would kind of decimate Bunny at this point in time, and that's Hydra. And even then, I don't think it's a...
The last time they played, it was actually really close.
2-1?
Yeah, didn't they play here as well?
Yeah, but the thing is, like the one map that Bunny won, Secret Spring, and the thing about that was, the only reason that wasn't vetoed is because Hydra thought it was a different map, he didn't read it properly. So like, you know, the one map that he did drop to a Terran in that tournament, he didn't even mean to play that map, so...
And we're talking about Bunny all the time. Is MC winning tournaments a thing of the past?
The thing is, there's Protosses here that I think are better, such as SOS. I mean, if you think that MC can win, then if you're going down that path, I think you're pretty sure that SOS is going to win, kind of thing, just because I feel that anything that MC can do, SOS can do better.
Brutal.
But once again, how many times haven't we thought that MC's era is kind of over?
That is true. Like we always count, like we always used to count MVP out, then he always used to freaking win anyway.
Yeah.
And MC, he's the boss toss, man. Like, and you said it earlier. Like, not does he just know how to win? Like, he knows when to win, and that's a real defining characteristic.
And there is a good chance that MC's PvZ is a lot stronger right now than it's been in a long time, because he doesn't have to worry about those annoying Swarmos anymore.
Yeah.
At least not in the same way as he used to have. So if MC has a couple of very strong timings in PvZ, he makes it through this group, then he plays 2 PvZs, and then suddenly he's in the final. And we all know that MC is very capable of winning finals, so he definitely has a shot at winning it. He's not the absolute favorite coming in, but he definitely, I mean, it's MC, he has a shot.
Well, look, thanks a lot for your thoughts. We're going to be able to go over the casters now, which I believe is going to be Maddles and Harston for this game. So take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Richard. Yeah, we're here at the caster desk, getting ready to go into the first game of this very important series. And I'm going to start out by saying it is a really important one, because the first game of the group really starts setting the trend of where you're going. If you win this first game, going to the winner's game after that, you've got that extra bit of confidence, and especially when both of these two have potentials and very different play styles, I think it's going to be really interesting how this best of 3 maps out.
Yeah, definitely. First map is going to be Iron Fortress, which I would say is a Terran favorite map for sure. What are the other 2 maps again?
Map 2 is going to be Vani, and map 3 will be Cactus Valley. So, interesting picks there on how things went down. The vetoes were actually Expedition lost by Bunny, Inferno Pools by MC, Echo from Bunny, and Coda from MC. So, what do you think of those vetoes? What do you think of those map picks? Do you reckon Iron Fortress is something that's going to be nice for Bunny, obviously, or do you reckon MC's got something fun?
The only veto that surprises me slightly is Coda. I would have preferred to see a Cactus Valley veto or an Iron Fortress veto, because I feel like those maps are a little bit worse for Protoss than Coda is, but maybe MC has something special prepared for this map, for example, as it's a very good map for Blink. I Iron Fortress, that is. So very curious what we're going to see from MC.
Well, as of course the Muslim kicked in, these two have very different playstyles, so it's going to be fun to see how this does of course start off as we are loading into the map. MC or Bunny, Hearthstone, if you had to call it right now, who would you say the series is going to go to?
Bunny 2-1. Definitely.
Any reasoning behind that?
I just feel like Bunny is a bit too solid for MC to mess with, the way that he normally messes with players.
I do think that's going to be the big contrast here, as the analysis there said, that Bunny's does have that methodical play, whereas MC's going to be trying to sneak something out. But how do you sneak something out over a player like Bunny, who's always getting the scouting in, quite often goes for Reapers to get some information? But, indeed.
I've seen this once before. Gas first by a Protoss. This isn't something we see very often. This normally indicates that it's going to be a Stargate first opener, but only from one gas. So it's some kind of a fake. If the Terran doesn't click on the gas, doesn't see how much gas is actually mined, it's going to be in a bit of trouble. So very curious to see what MC is going to do with this. But I'm predicting an Oracle.
Well, in these horizontal spawns, would an Oracle be a good choice to go for here? Do you reckon it can get some damage down? Or do you reckon Bunny, when he so often does open up with Reapers, is just going to get straight on top of it and do those smart things like check the gas count, how much is being mined, and not get tricked by it?
Because it's such an uncommon build, I'm not sure if he will click the gas or even scout him in the first position. He does send out an SCV scout, so he is gonna see where MC is spawning. MC is sending out a probe in the wrong direction, so a little bit unlucky for him. But once the SCV arrives in his main base, he should know where Bunny did spawn. So let's see what MC's follow-up is gonna be. He doesn't have a proxy pylon out on the map yet. His gateway is about to finish, a lot of gas already banking up, Cybercore on the way as well. And yeah, very curious to see where this is gonna go. Zealot started for MC as well, so this is gonna be a very uncommon build, very rare build, and I'm looking forward to it, Medals.
Well, the SCV's coming in, and he just scouts the location. Okay, he needs to go over and see that gas. That's the first important thing, but not actually going over far enough. So Bunny not getting the information yet, but that is in no way the end of the world, because he's got a Reaper coming on through here. Very standard stuff coming from the Team Liquid Terran, and he's just going to get in. He'll get a little information, try and get a little poke, a little prod of damage with that Reaper, but most importantly, it's a fact-finding mission. More importantly, though, for MC, is this probe. Sneaking over this left-hand side of the map. Should see a pylon go down shortly.
Yeah, opted for the assimilator first. A bit of a curious move. I would think the pylon would be first. So a little bit of probe micro going down by MC. Didn't lose anything there.
So up we go now. That Reaper just coming on through. Still no pylon. Oh, as I say, pylon gets chucked down there by MC. And we're just really keeping a good look on what information the Bunny is able to assess here. Obviously the Mothership Core coming out forward, he's seen the second gas getting started, so nothing that should come as a massive surprise to Bunny. At this time he scouted it down, and as you said, it all comes down to whether he's seen that assimilator, clicked on it, seen how much gas has been mined, to know whether that Stargate's coming on early. But if we look at the production tab for Bunny at the moment, he's doing very, very standard stuff. Do you think he knows?
I don't think he knows. It's annoying because you would like preferably to know that there's an Oracle coming your way relatively soon, but this Stargate isn't extremely early like I thought it would be. I thought it would be a one-base Oracle even from that early gas, but it's actually just a 5-minute Stargate, so it's a rather standard play actually by MC, except that the Stargate is proxied, of course, and it's going to be very difficult for Bunny to identify this. Bunny, however, is going for Widow Mines. He might get a lucky shot off, but he might also just be on the other side of the map with a medevac and 2 mines in it, so yeah, we're just gonna have to see how this will pan out for Bunny.
It's definitely my concern for Bunny is that he is moving out. He's going to be wanting to start applying that pressure, following it up with the mines and the medevacs, trying to get a little bit of harassment, force a photon overcharge out. So all of his attention really is on the offensive towards MC, just poking and prodding. And if his units are across the map, he's not going to have anything back at home in order to defend against that Oracle. One poor Widow Mine is going to get spotted by these 2 Stalkers, forcing him to take a bit of a detour. But he does open up the front for these Marines and Reapers to come on in.
Oh, very good move here by Bunny. He is going to get the Mothership Core. Yeah, he is going to get it and a Time Warp, so no overcharge ready. Oracle goes into the main base at the same time. Only 3 Marines and a Widow Mine will need to burrow the Widow Mine to be safe against this. Medevac helping out greatly. Good Marine micro there. Wow. This is great for Bunny. He gets the Oracle for only 5 SCVs, kills 6 probes on the other side of the map, gets a full scout of the base, sees that there's no gas on the natural. I think Bunny is in a great position this game.
Yeah, that worked out fantastically for the Terran there. obviously MC's attention was over on his defensive side because he needed to make sure those Marines weren't going to devastate his income, weren't going to pick up anything too much. Even probes were pulled in order to help deal with it in the end. But losing that Oracle is a massive blow. Only 5 SCV kills. That's nowhere near enough damage.
Yeah, definitely not enough damage. And now MC doesn't need this Oracle back at home because he needs detection. He knows that there's a Medivac on the way. He knows that there's a Widow Mines out as well because that's how he lost his Oracle. Still no gas at the natural for MC at 8 minutes in game. And this is a very bad situation. Here comes the Widow Mines in the main base. Is it going to do anything? Does it manage to burrow? Gets 2 probes. So not the best for losing a Medivac and a Widow Mine. Whoa, but at the same time in the natural another Widow Mine. So 4 kills in total, and Bunny pulls ahead in the worker tab medals, and this is something we don't see very often in TVP.
It's not, and he's got the mules there as well, so his income's going to be doing really nicely. His tech's also following a really solid path there as well, and you can just see that on the mineral income there. Bunny's around the 1300 compared to the 800, 900 of MC, so he's got a good amount of bank coming trickling in. He's got the tech going really nicely. And there's just been a lot of little wins, really, for Bunny throughout, getting the Mothership core, getting a few more worker kills, while keeping his tech trickling along nicely. And this is kind of what the Muslim was saying earlier before the game started, is that if you go for something a bit cheeky, like MC's done, and it doesn't work, what do you do as a Protoss?
Yeah, what do you do as a Protoss? We see MC moving across the map with 5 Stalkers. Is there a pylon there to reinforce? I'm not exactly sure. No, it's just an Oracle and an Observer, so I don't think he'll be able to do much against this, and there's 3 Widow Mines flying across the map. I think MC is going to be in a lot of trouble. There's no detection at home. There is an Observer. Oh, actually, there's an Observer there, another Observer on the way, so sorry for that, but there's no units at home, so those Widow Mines are gonna be able to do quite some damage, I believe.
And it's just trickle damage, always coming on through here from Bunny, forcing the probes to get pulled, wasting the mining time, a Photon overcharge forced as well. All these little advantages that Bunny keeps on getting throughout this game, and MC doesn't really have a response at the moment. All those probes are lined up, that was a massive hit! 12 probes get taken down there, and that gives Bunny a monumental lead in the worker count.
Yeah, 78 supply against 57, and no real tech units out yet for MC. There's no force even ready. There's about 5 gates, Robobait just about finished. He's down 13 workers. This is a great situation for Bunny right now. All he needs to do is just survive for 1 or 2 more minutes and he's going to have a huge supply lead. I really like this situation for Bunny.
And surviving 1 or 2 minutes, that's Bunny's forte. He likes playing methodically, he likes taking advantages where he can, but just playing cautious, playing a bit defensive. And really, MC can't punish that at the moment. Yes, he does have a Colossus on its way out. That's nice for him. Yes, Bunny is a little bit behind in terms of stim and combat shield timing on a normal game because he's been very aggressive before this. But if you sum those up, it is still just a very nice position for Bunny to be in. He's up over 100 supply to the 75 of MC. He's now actually placing his 3rd at the 3rd location as well, showing a lot of confidence. So MC, in his position here, do you think this push is just going to outright kill him? Do you think it's going to do too much? Or is this just Bunny continuing on with a little poking and prodding?
It could kill him, but it isn't. It doesn't necessarily need to. That's the great thing for Bunny right now. Mincho won't be able to take his 3rd base until Thermal Lens is finished. And even then, it's going to be rather difficult with this many Medivacs out. He needs to do something back to Bunny right now. And he's trying to do some Zealot harass, but at the same time, he's in a lot of trouble back home. Only 1 Colossi without range. So many Marauders as well. No Photon overcharge, oh here we go. This is going to be very difficult for MC to hold.
With the Colossus going down, it is a big, big ask now for MC. Of course, it didn't have range, as you mentioned, so those Marauders were able to get on top of it, able to dish out the damage. A second one now just finished in production, and with that finishing up, it should be enough to scare Bunny just a little way back to wait for those reinforcements. And as you said, there are Zealots warping in back at the 3rd base, trying to just delay that for Bunny. But round 2 is definitely getting warmed up as we've got that train of units coming across the map for the Liquid Terran.
Yeah, at the same time we see Mincho still without any upgrades is going for a full Gateway Colossi armor, so he needs to do something from 2 base. Even if he survives it, he needs to be able to do something back. And Bunny isn't giving him any kind of rest. Going in for the Nexus, Photon overcharged, wears off. There's 3 Stalkers, has to pull the probes to try to defend this, but with 1 Colossi and 2 Stalkers and 8 probes, I don't think it's going to be enough. 15 probes going down 16. I think this is going to be at medals.
Yeah, the damage isn't probably going to kill him outright here, but the workers lost tab really just says it all. 19 probes were picked off here. The economy for Bunny is miles and miles ahead. He's got his 3rd base up now. It's mining nicely. He's mining nearly triple the income in the minerals of that of his opponent. The only thing going for MC is that he's got a couple of Colossi out, and that's still going to be good. The Viking count isn't that high, I don't believe, at the moment. I think there's just the one out, although there are 2 in production at the moment, as well as the second starport coming for Bunny. But short term, it means that MC's not dead. Long term, MC knows it. It's not going to be too comfortable for him, so GG's out. And of course, that means Bunny takes game number 1 in this best of 3.
Yeah, once you're on 29 workers, 15 minutes in game, most of the time you're going to be in a bad spot unless your opponent has 2 Marines left and maybe half a medevac. So good call, I guess, by MC leaving that game a bit earlier maybe than needed. But yeah, there was no way he was ever going to get back into this game. So Bunny does win map number 1, and it was his own map pick. Like I said, it's a very, very good map for Terran, unless the Protoss has something tricky up his sleeve.
Yep.
MC did have something tricky up his sleeve, but Bunny didn't care. He defended it properly, had 3 Marines and the Widow Mine, did some counter damage, and great play by Bunny. Very safe and solid.
Very safe and solid, but it wasn't only safe, he got quite aggressive at times as well. All of the way through, he was doing just a very, very nice bit of work early on with that mine drop, getting a couple of probes picked off, and then just pulling back. And for me, the defining moment of that game was actually quite early on, when we saw that Oracle come in, and unfortunately Die only getting 5 SCV kills. It's not enough damage to get with that Oracle, but the reason why that the reason I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was that MC was back at home defending against the little Marine pressure coming in from Bunny. So Bunny just really showing that he was balancing his offense and defense beautifully.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the other 2 maps that we have in this best of 3 left. Next map is going to be Vani Research Station. I would say this map isn't bad for Terran either. I think all 3 of these maps are okay for Terran. I would say Iron Fortress and Cactus Valley are favored for Terran, and Vani Research Station about 50-50. So it's not like Bunny is going to be in a huge disadvantage. A thing we see very often from Terrans on this map is that we see CC first. So MC might try to do something with that. Maybe try to do some kind of Oracle all-in from one base. It's a very common build. We saw SOS do that a lot in Pro League, and I know MC is a big fan of this build. And yeah, I'm very curious what we're going to see from MC on this map. Will he try to switch it up?
I think he's got to either go very, very aggressive, like we predicted that he was going to do in that first game, or he's got to try and outlast Bunny. But do you try and outlast Bunny when he is so patient in everything that he does? Or do you have to try and kill him early and get that advantage? Or are you just going to lose out in little kind of mistakes, whereas Bunny just doesn't really make them? If you look at his game, in game 1, just throughout it, he's never cutting corners. He's never finding a position where he's getting a little bit stumped. Just everything's right on the mark, right on the spot that he wants it to be at the right time. So I think that's going to be very tough. But it's interesting you mentioned that out of these maps, you think they're all kind of Terran, or slightly Terran favoured, if anything. MC's vetoes were Inferno Pools and Coda. Do you reckon those are the right vetoes for MC, or would you have done it differently?
Inferno Pool is definitely a right veto, but like I said earlier, I think Coda is an okay map. Maybe MC disagrees with me. He might have his reasons. Maybe Korean Terrans know something that I haven't seen yet, that they've been playing on Coda. So it's very difficult for me to say, well, I think this is a wrong map veto, but I would personally pick something else, the Cactus Valley, or like I said, Iron Fortress. The final map would be Cactus Valley, I guess. If it gets to this map, I think Bunny is going to be in a very good position, unless it's cross map. If it's one of the close positions, Terran has a very big advantage. It's going to be, yeah, I feel like very good for Bunny.
Well, we've got the vetoes up, so we can have a look at them and just see where they did come on down. So the vetoes were Expedition lost by Bunny, as well as Echo for Bunny, but Coda and Inferno Pools from MC, which left obviously Cactus Valley, Iron Fortress and Vani. So Iron Fortress going there through for Bunny. It was quite a nice game for him. What would you reckon MC is aiming to do on these next 2 maps? Because obviously the pressure builds. It's a best of 3. It's really on the line now for MC. He has to win these next 2 games, which obviously to someone who is as experienced as MC isn't going to be a big ask, because he knows how to do it. He's going to be able to clear his mind really nicely and stuff like that. But it's still there nagging in the back of your head, isn't it?
Right, he's done this before a lot of times, going back from down 1-0, whatever, down 2-0, down 4-0. Don't think that's even possible, but I bet he did it in his dream for sure. So MC is a guy that can come back in any kind of situation. I think the thing we're going to see on Van is either going to be a 1-base play, most likely Oracle, or it's going to be some kind of quick 3-base play, because 2-base aggression is rather difficult. The only kind of two-base aggression I've really seen from Korean Protosses on this map is a Colossus drop into 7-gate or a Colossus drop into double fort. Because with the way the bases are laid out, the natural and the pocket expansion, it's very difficult to attack that with let's say a 7-gate Blink Stalker all in. So I'd be very, very surprised to see something like that from MC. So it's either going to be something very greedy or something from one base.
Now, it's interesting to note that even though Bunny is statistically favoured for this game, in their history between playing each other, it's actually 9-4 games in favour of MC. So statistically, over the long term, MC has come off better here, but we are getting ready set up for this lobby of the second game now, so things should be coming up shortly. Of course, thanks for tuning in, everyone, to the Gfinity Spring Masters, and the two players are deadly focused, you can see that. What do you think to MC's new haircut? Do you like it?
Yeah, it looks alright.
I think it looks pretty stylish, actually.
Yeah, it looks good. I don't want to go full wolf here and analyze his haircut, but I think it looks pretty alright. I'm not a specialist on haircuts.
I don't think it would suit you personally.
It suit me personally?
No, I don't think MC's haircut would suit you.
Man, like I said, I'm not very good with hair. Just wake up and that's how my hair is. So there's that. So it seems like we're about to hop into our second map, which is going to be Vani Research Station.
And we are going to be seeing, spawning down to the south position, the Red Terran representing Team Liquid, currently 1-0 up in this best of 3. It's Bunny. And up to the north, the blue Protoss player. Plays for Trig. It is, of course, MC, needing to win 2 games in a row if he wants to take this first game of the group stage.
Yeah, we're seeing nothing crazy going on. For no proxy gates, no proxy barracks, is it? No, just going to be a supply depot at the ramp, playing it safe, making sure that no probes can sneak in without Bunny having vision of that. And I'm very curious what we're going to see from MC here. Will he chrono boost? Yes, okay, so he chrono boosts his Nexus, so most likely not going to be a proxy Oracle from one base. Ooh. And a little update here, Patience 2-0ing hard.
That's a nicely little played game there. So, of course, if you are wanting to watch any of the Challenger games, you can do so with our partner stream, Base Trade TV, twitch.tv/Base Trade TV. And if you prefer to watch in your native language, we've got lots of foreign language streams as well going simultaneously. So make sure you can check that out if you do want to. Now, back to this game, we've got Bunny grabbing that Rax, grabbing that gas. Nothing too surprising here in how Bunny normally plays, but as you mentioned before we went into the map, Harstam, CC first isn't uncommon on this map.
Yeah, definitely not an uncommon build. What we're seeing from MC is a bit uncommon. He's scouting around his base, probably for either proxy Reapers or proxy double racks, 11-11. But Bunny is just playing it safe with a 12 barracks, 12 gas, and it's going to go into a Reaper. Most likely going to go in the factory, like the Muslim mentioned a few times. This is Bunny's go-to opener in TVP, and it's been working great, so why not continue with this? Is he going to scout into the main base as well with his probe? It would be a bit of a weird timing as the Reaper is about to come out. He's gonna poke in right now, sees the gas timing, and he should know what's up by now.
The important reason for this probe scout is that he wants to see whether it was a CC first, because that's the big bit of information that comes down. The Reaper, of course, is something the Bunny likes doing a lot, and it makes sense for the type of player the Bunny is. He wants to know what his opponent's doing. He wants to keep tabs, he wants to keep poking in and out, he wants to rely on his really good multitasking just to be able to keep his opponent on their toes. And a bit of an epic duel coming down as MC tries to take his natural base, but is denied for the moment by Bunny.
Yeah, and Bunny moving across the map with the Reaper right now. MC will be able to get the Nexus up rather swiftly. We'll get the Mothership Core before he does that, so 20 Mothership Core, 22 Nexus instead of 21 Nexus, 21 Mothership Core. So not that big of a deal. Will Bunny be able to get any kind of kills with his Reaper? I have my doubts. Oh, actually a bit of a miss micro there by MC. Oh, but misfocus by Bunny, so doesn't matter all that much. Nice little bit of harassment going on by Bunny, annoying MC mostly. And it's going to be a factory follow-up once again. So curious to see what MC is going to opt for this game. Is it going to be a Robo? Is it going to be a Twilight? Or the Oracle build? Like he did last game.
Well, we do have a probe down to the side of Bunny, and it's not doing anything at the moment. There's not that much gas there for MC yet, so not imminently going to be a threat. It could just be for a pylon for warp-ins later. But importantly, we do have the Reaper for Bunny just coming to check around, seeing if there's any probes or pylons out on the map, anything that may catch him unaware. Obviously, after that first game where there was the Stargate proxied out on the map, this is a wise thing for Bunny to be doing, especially when there will be stalkers and stuff coming in the main base, and the Reaper probably wouldn't have a good time trying to get any further information now. Interestingly, Starport coming on down, so Bunny just really going same track as he did in game number 1, and I don't blame Bunny, because if it's not broken, why try and fix it?
Exactly, never change a winning theme is definitely Bunny's plan of execution here. He's going to go into the Widowmine drops once again. MC, however, opting for a different kind of style. He went up to 2 Stalkers before trying to throw down any kind of attack, and most of the time that indicates a Twilight Council, and indeed that it is. So it's most likely going to be Blink into Robo, because with a Blink push you would like to have your Twilight Council as early as possible and get it after your first Stalker. So I would not be surprised to see a Robo getting thrown down once he has the gas and the minerals for that. And if he micros it well against this little push that's about to come out from Bunny, he should be in a good spot.
Well, just the Reaper and a couple of units moving across the map now for Bunny. This is a very similar timing to what he did in the last game. Just looking to try and get a bit of fun there. What do you think in terms of this move out? Because Bunny, of course, has a very narrow ramp up into the main base because it's a in-base natural. Do you think it's going to have much success? Obviously,
Yes.
there's no sentry here.
Yeah, I think this Reaper distraction was really good by Bunny, and now the 6 Marines are going to force an overcharge, which is kind of big. You'd rather not force that overcharge. Oh! 2 probes fall to the Widowmine. That was very unnecessary there, so you didn't even need to activate it with the photon overcharge already out. And the follow-up mine drop is going to be very difficult to deal with right now for MC. MC actually throwing down 3 more gateways is going to go into a 4-gate blink behind this, I feel like. He won't take the gases on his natural, but I think Bunny will be able to spot this if he does a medevac drop.
I think Bunny already has a bit of a suspicion this might be coming. He's throwing down a bunker at the front. Obviously, he does have a lot of vision. I'm not sure if he did see the Twilight Council. It'd be good to know if he did manage to spot it. No, he didn't. Okay, so he hasn't seen the Twilight Council yet, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know. There's already a lot of Stalkers, no sign of any sentries. A couple of the cards that MC's got have been shown, and you can deduce a couple of options that could be there as the Terran in this situation. But I've got to agree with you, this follow-up push is quite scary, and while there is a pylon across the map for MC, can he really divert any resources to the offense when his defense needs to be so on the money?
Yeah, we're about to see. Does he still have an overcharge? Yes, just about ready. Blink is finished as well, and Bunny does not want to be losing this medevac right now. Nice little micro moves there by Bunny. Does get a single Stalker. Should just move away with the medevac right now. Let those Marines die. They're painful death. And all Bunny really needs to do right now is defend, but does he know that? There's no gases at the natural for MC right now, so basically what MC is doing, he's not completely all in, he has a good probe count, but his stack is going to be super delayed. He needs to do damage with this.
Well, we've already got a missile turret at the front here, so that means the Observer's going to have a bad time. A couple of mines being strategically placed in case there's any Blink up into the high ground. So Bunny, I do think, has a nice little move here. Obviously, he saw Blink revealed as the medevac was trying to get sniped off by MC. He's also going to see these units moving out with the medevac, but may end up losing it if MC's reactions are quick. But it just gets away. That's very lucky for Bunny. It also lets him know that this push is coming now, and that's the really important thing. Immediately, a second bunker comes down. SCV's already getting pulled. Bunny responding to this just as he should, knowing that he just needs to survive.
Yeah, definitely. All he needs to do right now is don't take a lot of losses, Bunny. You can't throw away 40 SCVs, but you can throw away 10 or maybe even 15 SCVs against this, as long as you don't lose everything else. And I feel like this defense is going rather well. If he scans for the Observer, this would immediately stop all pressure that MC can throw at him, basically.
There is, of course, that missile turret to the left, but the detection range not there. There's the scan you wanted, and down goes that Observer. No more Blink up into the high ground for MC, which really does kind of take the fuel out of this rocket.
Yeah, it's basically going to be a useless bunch of Stalkers right now in front of Bunny's base. Bunny not planning on expanding anytime soon, and if he does, he can just put it in his main base. So no big issues there for Bunny. In the meantime, he's getting great upgrades. He's pulling ahead in the medevac count. Double force going down for MC. I like this decision a lot. I don't think getting a 3rd base right now would be the correct call, and getting double force to try to catch up in those upgrades is what he really needs right now. I would really like to see what Bunny's follow-up plan right now is. Oh, he's going to send out a drop, and MC, anticipating this, is putting his Stalkers in a great position to snipe this, but sadly gets there a little bit too early. So bad luck there for MC, and a bit lucky there for Bunny.
Yeah, it's not seen. Those Stalkers just go straight past, and the medevac sneaks on by. Now, I really do want to touch on that forge a bit more. Why is getting that double forge down so important for MC?
Well, he's 12 minutes in game, doesn't have any Colossus House right now. He doesn't really have any tech out either, so he needs to get something, or he would be put in an all-in position like he was put in last game, where he ran 7 gate and just Robo. He's going to go for a a longer game. He's going to maybe go for a 2-2 timing, or he's going to aim for the late game and go up to 3-3. A lot of Zealots, a lot of Stalkers, a bunch of Colossus. And I'm very curious to see if MC will be able to make this work, as he is still, I would say, quite a bit behind. Maybe not on upgrades, but he's quite far ahead, quite far behind in tech units, I would say. Only one Colossus out right now, Thermal Lens on the way, and there's already a bunch of medevacs out for Bunny, so very good position for Bunny here.
They're both taking their third bases, so economically they are a lot closer than they were in Game 1. There haven't really been much in the way of economic losses on either side overall. No, quick stim here, going to try and catch a few of those Stalkers, force a blink out of them. Not the end of the world in any way. Bunny just wanting to regain some of that map control, try and prevent MC getting a bit too brave.
Yeah, definitely. I think good moves here from MC, trying to delay this push as he has very little Colossi out right now. 3 Widowmine drop going into the natural from Bunny's side, and scans forward, sees that there's only one Colossi and a bunch of Stalkers, goes in with the Widowmine drop into the natural. What's going to happen here? There's only a single Stalker and an Observer, but he doesn't react in time. He's gonna lose a lot of probes here. Wow, actually only 5. At the same time, stimming in is getting the Colossi. Great move here by Bunny. Retains a big part of his army as well. Guardian Shield is going down for MC, but is it going to be enough? Second Colossi coming out right now, and this is a bunch of Marine. Only 5 Marauders left, as well as the 4 medevacs. So this was some very, very good trades for Bunny.
There is still 1 mine remaining as well in the natural base, so that can come back and sting a little bit for MC, but indeed, he managed to snipe down the Colossus, but it didn't have extended thermal lance. It now does. That's a good bonus for MC. It means that he's got a bit of range on those Marauders. It will be harder for Bunny to jump on top of them, and as a result, Bunny is going to need to start considering getting Vikings out, unless he wants to really pile on the pressure, which it certainly seems like he does. Look at this move across and loading up all of the medevacs, but an Observer! What a hero. That Observer.
That might be the luckiest Observer of all time. Oh, Bunny. Oh, scans forward, sees that the army was out of position, wanted to go in. So good moves here by Bunny. Now he's going to go in with the 5 medevacs up into the natural. Will MC be in time? No, he won't be. Gets to unload all 5 medevacs, and now MC is in a lot of trouble. Main army still at the 3rd, and this Nexus is definitely going to fall. But what else is going to fall for MC here? Will this Colossi die? I'm pretty sure they might. There's a lot of Marauders here. First Colossi goes down, second Colossi barely goes. Goes down as well. So great moves here by Bunny. I think Bunny's just going to take it here.
Yeah, he's taken out the natural base. He's taken out the 2 Colossus. And with that, he has really taken out everything that MC has. Look at the army supply difference, 65 to 21. There's the GG, and in a clean 2-0 sweep, Liquid's Bunny with a smile for the camera is able to take out MC in his group game. So that's very, very nice. Of course, it's not all over for MC. This is, of course, group stage, but winning your first game, going into the winner's map of Group B, Bunny must be happy with that.
Yeah, must be very happy, and he already knows his next opponent as well, which is going to be Patience. Yep. So should be feeling very happy with another TVP, showcasing that he has some great Terran versus Protoss. Yeah, with him basically, he's shown some great TVP to us.
Exactly.
Just beat the Bostels.
Yeah, and if you've just beaten MC, you're going to be sitting there with a lot of confidence going into your game against Patience, and then as Bunny, potentially in line to start going or heading towards topping Group B. That gives him a better seed in the bracket stage. He'll be facing off, I believe it's against the second player of Group C, or is it Group A? Either way, he faces off against the second finisher, so it gives him a nicer bracket start, and I really think the Bunny has a shot to get very, very deep into this tournament.
Yeah, definitely a great start for him. It's all nice that he only has to play 1 match right now. He will be able to study Patience overnight. And then there's not really that much to study about Bunny. He basically plays Reapers in the factory, and you just have to defend, and most of the time it doesn't work.
It is going to be very, very tough, but I think we're ready to jump on over to Richard Lewis and the analysis desk, and they're going to take a look at how that series played out.
Well, thanks a lot there, Maddles. Great throw over. Appreciate it. So we're all smiling. We've all had a good time. You are psychics, sir, because the way that second map panned out, it went exactly like you said. So maybe there's something in this being predictable after all. You feeling pretty smug?
Yeah, like in a weird way, like you say, like unpredictable things can be predictable as well. And, you know, even a fool is right once in a while. So I guess this was my moment to shine. But yeah, I really felt that that game was going to play out like that. But I did not expect the later stages of that game to play out the way it did. Because, you know, I said to Ben in the end, this really looked to me like a Korean Terran playing against a foreign Protoss. That's all how it looked like. You know, when there's just too much going on, there are too many drops, and then you pull the player apart, and then the Protoss falls apart, doesn't know how to separate his army anymore. Bunny was everywhere in the later stages of the game, and of course he had an awesome early game after he defended the Blink Stalkers, but that wasn't nearly as impressive as how he played in the second half of One.
Yeah. So I mean, great performance from Bunny. Some quick thoughts about MC. I mean, is that par for the course where you come up against Bunny? Can we be too critical about him?
I mean, is it MC playing badly, or is it Bunny's just kind of gone to another level right now?
Or is it Terran being very strong?
I mean,
let's not get into that.
calm down, laddie. But like, I mean, Bunny, realistically, he is getting to a level now that I think he's surpassed that of any foreign Terran before him. Like the only foreign Terran before him I can even think. I'm not thinking me. I'm not thinking me. I was thinking of Forzane actually. Oh, okay. But me second. But no, like Bunny's getting to a level now that other foreigners have not made. You know, like you've talked about Stefano, like best foreigner of all time, and quite rightly so. But like Bunny, the level he's at, it's unbelievable how consistent his progress has been. Like it wasn't like a sharp spike where it was just like, oh yeah, Bunny's the best player now. No, he's just been consistently getting better and better. And is there one thing you can put it down to? I don't think it is. His play is just all round ridiculously solid. Like if he was a player, or if he was a character in Tony Hawk's that you could pick and his stats, you know, he would be like 9 out of 10 on everything. Like everything is great about his play.
Would he be Tony Hawk's is the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what to say there.
Yeah, got you off. You got to think these metaphors through before you introduce them into a cast. We're going to bring the brackets up for you guys at home so you can see what these results that have been going on have done to the overall picture. Obviously, we just saw Bunny go through, but Patience overcame Heart, so that sets up a tie there, and MC will go up against Heart in that lower bracket. Is that pretty much what we expected?
I'd say yes. Bunny against MC, most people would look at that and be like, oh, MC, like, boss top's really good. But honestly, Bunny, absolute phenomenal. Patience, on the other hand, when he stayed in Europe, I don't think anybody looked at him as like this really scary, dominant player. Like
Harston loves him.
I mean, everybody loves Patience. He is the cutest little thing you've ever seen, you know? and now he's came rolling up with his hipster glasses and his cool little haircut. Like, yeah, he's awesomely cute. But when he went back to Korea, yeah, you can giggle all you want. He's freaking cute, man. Like, when he went back to Korea, he was going through Korean qualifiers, and you thought Patience, like, he didn't really make a big bang in the European scene, but he was going through these brackets, beating players such as, like, SOO or Su, you know? And it was incredible to see.
I like the way you spelled it out.
Yeah, SOO.
I was like looking at that name in my head. I'm like SOO. No. But yeah.
How are we feeling about Bunny overall then? I mean, is he looking like somebody that can go all the way?
I mean, he's done it before, right? Like, he's been successful here before. He's extremely good, but this is a very difficult tournament, and there's no saying what's going to happen in the quarterfinals or semifinals. And first, he has to get there. Like, this was awesome, but now he still has another very tough Protoss against ahead of him, and there's a chance that maybe he plays against MC again later, or maybe a TFT against Heart. So let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Let's just take it one series at a time. As you know, we always love to cheer for the foreigner a little bit, but just a phenomenal first series for him. Like, excellent.
And of course, the game we've got coming up next, I think we're going to bring the schedule up. Here he is, he's loving it. We're going to have, I believe, Bling versus SOS is going to be our next game. So here you go, you can see the schedule. Obviously, we've got Bling versus SOS coming up, which we're going to talk a little bit about. And then after that, it's going to be Solar versus Hydra. You can see as well on the Challenger stage, still some great games to come. If you want to follow the Challenger stage, if there's players there you have a particular affinity for, you can do so by jumping across to our partners at Base Trade TV, twitch.tv/Base Trade TV. So come on, right, try and get through this segment without laughing.
That's going to be awesome.
Bling versus SOS. Bling says, like, in all seriousness, he thinks he can 2-0 SOS.
You know, Bling is a confident dude, but like, when he thinks he's really going to lose, he's just like, yeah, I'm going to lose. But, you know, Bling walked into this with a totally different face on him, and the fact that he has actually been practicing, it's a... I really want to believe him, you know? I really do. But, like, he's not the kind of guy that just kind of talks crap, you know? Like, he's got the eye of the tiger right now.
Yeah, we're really not like trying to hype this into a thing that isn't a thing, but in a weird way, like if there's one matchup where I would say you can beat a way better player And then not even because the matchup is random, that's just because there's only so good you can be in a certain matchup, and it's much more about understanding rather than like raw mechanics. It's probably PvP. That's truly a matchup where if you understand it, you can beat players that are way better than you in the other matchup. But that doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter how good you are in PvT or PvZ. PvP is a matchup on its own, and it has its own skill to it. And like in a weird way, I can also totally see this clown that is Blink. I can't call him clown. He's been with me in the US for weeks. We're good friends. He's my clown, but he's a clown. Let's be honest.
Well, look, I'm super psyched to watch that game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a talking point. If he wins. If he does win, there has to be a forfeit in there for you, I think, because I don't think you believe.
No, I do believe. That's why I think it's so awesome. This is like Millwall against Real Madrid, you know, but like on a rainy Monday evening, it's possible. You know?
Oh, well, I like the football analogy. Anyway, look, we'll talk some more about that game after the break. But before we do go to the break, we want to show you a trailer for Legacy of the Void, obviously the upcoming latest iteration of StarCraft, the third part of the Holy Trinity. And then after that, we'll go to a short break and then we'll be back. So thanks for your time, guys. See you guys shortly.
Pierced the veil of the future and beheld only oblivion. The Zerg swarm came as was foretold, and the Protoss rose to fight them.
The invasion fleet stands ready. We await only your command, Hierarch.
Today, we will reclaim our homeworld! Now, the Zelnaga that forged us all are returning.
The galaxy will burn with their coming. Fitting that we should face oblivion together.
Amon whispered of this from the stars. He told you of ruin, extinction, end of all things. The fate of creation hangs in the balance.